Good morning once again, every one of us. I want to welcome you to Linear Algebra 2, MTH212. Please, the last time we discussed about what we mean by all the different aspects of matrices. We are able to show ourselves 2 by 2 different definitions. We discuss what we mean by after the 2 by 2, we did 3 by 3 matrices. We're able to calculate the multiplication and the subtraction and the addition matrix, and we able to solve what we call determinant of the matrix. But this morning we'll be talking about the inverse of the matrix. The way they put it in your textbook will not, in the course material might not be too clear. I want everybody to write or make sure you still watch the video. It is for your own good. So one of the things we need to check is the inverse of the matrix. How do we solve the inverse of the matrix? What are the methods of solving inverse of the matrix? We have what we call number one, you have to calculate the determinants. You get your determinants, you get your cofactors. From your cofactor, you move to what we call adjoint of the matrix. From the adjoint of the matrix, then you move to the inverse of the matrix. So let me share my screen so that from then, what I'm saying will be meaningful to some of us, and all of us will be able to benefit from what I'm saying. Can you all see my screen, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, part of what we did last week was this one, and for today, like I said, it's going to be inverse of the matrix. The inverse of a matrix. So let me state a theorem. I'm not going to prove the theorem because it's not for your class. It's just the theorem. The theorem says, the theorem of what? Let me say inverse. Using the adjoint. Inverse using the adjoint. So the theorem says, let A be n by n matrix. Let A be a, let me just put it, be a n by n matrix. Full stop. If determinant of A, we all know is determinant of A, is not equals to 0, is not equals to 0, then A inverse is equals to 1 all over determinant of A multiplied by adjoint of A. Multiplied by adjoint of A. Now, this is the definition, a kind of result that we are going to work with. Number one, you need to know. Let me give us the steps. Steps. The steps to solve inverse of A. The step to solve inverse of A. Let's look at the steps, one after the other. So if you miss the step, you miss the mark. That's just the simple. It's just pretty simple there. One of the using the the step to solve.
Sir, please, can you bring the screen down a bit?
Are you okay with this?
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So the steps to solve A inverse using, let me put this one, adjoint method. So for those of us that have done matrices before, have you done something on inverse matrix?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So I may not solve it, right?
So, some of us have not. This is my first time of doing matrix. So.
This is your first time, okay. How many of us is the first time?
Yes,
please raise up your hand so that I will know whether I'm to jump some step or leave some step. Only 3 people are 4. Okay, okay.
So you can go ahead and.
I trust you. You asked me to go ahead. I know. Okay, let's go ahead. Anyway, I'm just pulling our leg. Whether you've done it or not, we'll still continue. Okay. One of the steps is number 1 step is divided into 2. Number 1 says we are to find determinant. Find the determinant. Determinant can be A, can be matrix A, can be matrix B. I'm just shortening it. If you check your books, they are there. You have to find, okay, let me put it this way so that people will not say, no, the man said we should find determinant of A, but this is matrix B. Let me change it. You have to find determinant, let me write it. Of the matrix of interest. I think that one will cover the matrix of interest. That is, let's say matrix A, determinant of A now. Do you agree with me? Now, from A now have 2 conditions. How do I know whether I can go ahead and solve this problem? One of the things that will guide us, remember the theorem says your determinant of A must not equals to 0. That is when you can get inverse of the matrix. But if, look at it, it said if A, we are in A condition now. If determinant of A is not equals to 0, then the inverse will exist. Let me put it this way. The inverse will exist. Now, B. if the determinant of A is equal to 0, or the matrix is not square matrix, it's not square matrix, it's not square, then the inverse will not exist. Now, here is the question. Your examiner give you a question now. Said, at what point does determinant of matrix, or at what point can we get the inverse, or the inverse of matrix will not hold at a certain dash point? At the point whereby your determinant is equal to, I've seen it in the past question. So what I'm telling you, example I'm giving you based on your past question. So if you love yourself, please work hard. I'm not giving you from my head. I'm just giving you what I know that it will help you. All those questions that I gave you to go and solve, these are the questions that will come up or that you can see. Please, I will advise you, don't wait till when you enter the AC and you'll be sweating. Don't do that question in the exam, but you can't send it to me again. I've closed submission. I will still give you another one today. If you love yourself, do it. Let's continue. Okay, number two part. Remember, you have to. We are talking about the steps now. Step 2, find the cofactor. The cofactor. Find the cofactor. Find the cofactor of matrix. Find the cofactor of matrix. Let's say matrix C. Let's represent it by C. By finding the cofactor for each element of A. For each element of A. For each element of A. Now let's look at the condition A. The cofactor of the ith row, the cofactor of ith row, J column, element of A is, look at the formula, Cij equals to -1 raised to power I plus j, that is -1 raised to power row plus column, and the minor matrix Ij. So where your M is minor, that is Mij is equals to minor matrix. So We will look at the example, then we move on, then we move to the, we have a lot to do today. And number 3, the third step, which is we are to find the adjoint of A. Then the adjoint of A is like this. It's the same thing as the transpose of C. Remember, you've calculated your C to be Cij, then find the transpose of it is equals to your adjoint. Number 4, which is the last step for this particular method. Number 4 says the inverse is given.
So your screen is faint. I can't see it.
It is your system. Can everybody see?
No,
Yes.
mine is faint also.
Yes, I can see.
You can see.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We
Can we
sir.
see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can see it.
No, sir. No.
Yeah, I cannot.
We can see now.
Can you see now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Clear now.
Now.
It's the same thing as 1 all over determinant adjoint of A. That's a formula. Remember the same formula we gave ourselves when we are solving when I was giving you the theorem. So I will go into the example now. I will only solve one of the examples here. Then from there, you use the same method, but I will take my time to explain the example. So that by the time I give you, now imagine.
Sir, hello,
Yes.
sir. Sorry. Oh. Please, can I see example 3? That's step 3.
Okay. Step 3 says
okay.
find the adjoint of A. And our adjoint of A is equal to the transpose of the cofactor. That's
Okay,
just
sir.
the step 3.
Okay. Thank you,
Adjoint
sir.
of A is the transpose of cofactor. You remember the transpose, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, somebody raise up your hand. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I came in late. I only need to copy step 1, sir.
Sorry, you can watch the video later because of our time.
Okay, sir.
Let's continue first.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Akim,
Sir.
any question?
No, sir, I'm not raising my hand. No,
You are raising your hand, please.
no,
Lower
I
your
put
hand.
my I put my hand on my head, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's continue. Example. Let's look at the example. Now, just imagine yourself and a lecturer or examiner give you this question. He said, example, he just said question 1. Find the inverse, which is common in your question, of A, which is equals to minus 1, 2, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, minus 2. Using, let me just guide us. Let's say using the adjoint, remember that's what we are talking about, method. Using the adjoint method, I just put it together so that you can join it. Now, they now put you option A, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, or they put a matrix there for you. So Can you just do the lotto here? You cannot do the lotto except if you are deceiving yourself. Solution. Let's solve it. What is the step 1? Anybody? Check your notes.
Find the determinant.
Determinant. Now let's find the determinant. Everybody, please find the determinant for those of us that were there. 1, 2, 1. Determinant is what?
4.
You said you have 4. Are you sure?
Determinant is 4.
How do you get 4? Remember, we have plus, minus, plus, right? Am I communicating?
-4.
Determinant is 4.
-4.
-4, okay. Let's continue. You have it to be. How do we start from? -1, right?
Oh, it's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Wait now. Let's just check it together because of people that are not here last week. So you take this one, you open the bracket with the first row, which is -1. The other row and the column they belong to will paralyze, right? You have it to be 0,
0,
0, 1, -2, right?
Yes.
The next one is what? So what do we have?
1.
2, 0, right? The third one.
0, 1,
2,
-2.
0, 1, 1.
2, 0,
1, 1.
-2.
Is it -2 or 1, 1?
1, 1.
1.
Where do you see -2?
I guess she was referring to the second one.
I'm
Okay.
referring to the second one.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you cross multiply. You have -1 in bracket. 0 multiplied by -2.
0.
0.
-0.
Excuse me, sir. The screen is faint. I'm not seeing it.
Can you see now?
No, not yet.
Well done, sir.
Others can see. Maybe your
Yes,
screen.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see, sir.
So here we have, what do we have now?
0 - 0.
The next one,
-4.
0 - 4.
4.
0.
and the last one will be 0. You don't need to multiply it because everything that will multiply by 0 will be 0, right?
Yes, yes.
So the next is what?
1
You
times
have
-1 times
-1 multiplied by 0.
0.
0.
Everything is 0 there.
Everything is 0 here. The next one is what? -1 multiplied by 4. -4.
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
Plus 0.
Everything is equals to 4. That's how our determinant is equals to 4. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, when you are working with cofactor, yes, who raise up their hands? Go ahead. Hello?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
So I think for the sake of exam, sir, I think if we are having this type of mapping, I think it is better we go for the column or the row that has plenty zeros so that you have to do less work. So that it will be faster.
You are on your own. You hear? Because remember, we are not doing Gaussian elimination method.
Yes,
Until
sir.
when we get there, that is when you can use it is better. Because there's, if you check the column now, the only place that have 00 is the last one.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't. So you are talking because you have idea. What about people that are just learning? What do they do?
Okay, sir.
I hope I'm
Because I
clear.
know, yes, I know that one is will be faster. That is why I'm saying that, sir. I understand your point, sir.
Okay, better. Okay, the step 2 says what, please?
Find the cofactor.
Find the cofactor.
Find the cofactor.
For us to find the cofactor, we need Cij to be equals to -1 raised to power I plus j multiplied by Mij. Is that okay? Now, in this case now, there are things that are involved. One of the things that are involved is, one of the things that is involved here that we need to take note is this simple formula that our Cij is the same thing as.
Sir, please bring down your screen a little.
It's already in your notes now.
It's okay, it's okay. It's all right, sir. Thank you, sir. You can continue.
Okay, Cij just so who are those people making noise? Akim, can you please lower your hand? Olateju, what's the problem, please?
I'm not raising my hand.
Check your icons. Sorry, everybody mute yourself, please, except if I call you.
Okay.
Your background noise is disturbing others, please. Okay. Christina, can you unmute yourself?
All right, sir.
Are you on your laptop or your phone? Which one?
I'm on my phone, sir.
Oh, sorry. Okay. You might not be able to do the job I wanted to ask you to do for me.
Okay, sir.
I want to make you one of the co-admin, co-hosts, so that you mute everybody. I think you should be able to do that.
All right, let me try.
So anybody that make noise, please help us mute them. Wait.
All right, sir.
Oh. Okay. I can't do that here. Okay. Maybe later I'll set it up so that to assign some of the co-hosts to some of you guys. Okay, let's continue. Now, when it comes to cofactor, what are the things we need to know? Remember, we are working on 3 by 3 square matrix, which is C11, C12, C13, C21, C22, C23. Then C31, C32, C33. I told you that we have plus, minus, plus. But when it comes to cofactor, you have to assign the C, you see, minus, plus, and minus. Here we have plus, minus, plus. So we are using it to solve the problem, which that lead us to, we have minus 1, 1, 0. We have 2, 0, 0. Here we have 1, 1. I'm writing the matrix, the same question they gave us, minus 2. This is positive, negative, positive. This is negative, positive, negative. This is positive, negative, positive. If you cannot control yourself, I think I will remove you from the class. It will help us to be able to be in Zane. Who is this guy? Are they coming bright? That's your last warning. Adamu Buhari, that's your last warning. Mute yourself. So let's continue. So if I want to solve the first C, for example, I want to solve C11 because you have to solve them one by one. C11 will be, C11 means I'm solving this, which is minus 1 here. Remember in the determinant, we put the minus 1 outside. But in the minor, this is a minor matrix now. In the minor matrix, you don't need to put anything outside. So it's just going to be the element you are taking out. Where you are taking the element, the rows and the columns will be parallelized. The remaining one will be small matrix you are going to use. Now, for C11, go back to the formula. The formula says Cij equals to minus 1 raised to power I plus j, Mij. Now, meaning C11 means row 1, column 1. That is meaning C of C11. So we are going to write it out. So it's going to be using the formula minus 1, 1 plus 1, because I plus j. Then the minor matrix for minus 1. Remember, if I pick this particular one, this row, this column will be parallelized. The row will also parallelize. Remain what? 0, 0, 1 minus 2. So I'm going to have minus 1 raised to power what? 2. Open the brackets. Minus 2 times 0, 0. Minus 1 times 0, 0. At the end of the day, the answer is 0. Any question? No question. Silence means no question. Okay. So let's do the second one. For the second one, we have C12. C12 means minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 2. So if I pick this particular one, meaning the row will parallelize, the column will also parallelize. Remain 2, 0, then 1, 2. Two, 0, 1 minus 2.
It's minus 2.
Thank you. So the answer here would be minus 1 raised to power 3 in brackets 2 times minus 2 minus 4 minus 0. So what is the answer here? We all know that minus 1 raised to power 3 is minus 1. Do you agree with me? Multiply by minus 4.
Yes, sir.
Everything will be what? 4. So we can do the same thing to C. We can do the same thing to C13. C13 will be minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 3. We have it to be what? The minor matrix will be 2, 0, 1, 1. It will now be minus 1 raised to power 4, open the brackets, 2 minus 0. At the end of the day, you have it to be what? 2. Because minus 2 raised to power 4 is positive. So 1 times 2 is 2. So can we go ahead and do the one of Can we go ahead and do this? C21. C21 will be minus 1 raised to power 2 plus 1. What is the minor? Anybody? The minor is what?
One, 0 minus 2.
Where is 1? Okay, let's look at it.
Zero,
let's
zero,
look
one,
at
two.
it. Wait, let's look at it. Let's look at it together. This is what we are taking out. The rows here will cancel. The column will also cancel. Look at the arrow. The row will go. The column will also go. So what is remaining?
1,
0,
0,
1,
1 minus 2.
0, 1 minus 2.
1, 0, 1 minus 2. So we have it to be what? Minus 1 raised to power 3 in brackets, minus 2 minus 0. At the end of the day, you have 2. Because minus 1 raised to power 3 is minus 1. Am I communicating? Minus 1 times minus 2 is 2. So can we go ahead and solve the rest by ourselves, please? Let's do it by ourselves. Don't wait for me. C22, or everybody do it by themselves. Don't look at my screen. I'm not going to explain it. Don't ask questions. Can we get it now? Is this correct? Yes, Izuchukwu.
Sir, please, I have a question. The raised to the power, as in that, and the one you talk about minor, as in C raised to the power I plus J, as in you pick up the elements in that row, like you are doing for C22 now. I want to know if The raised to power, is it based on the row and column, second row plus second column?
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. So it's going to be minus 1 raised to power 4 in brackets 2 minus 0, which is the same thing as 2.
Yeah, it's 2.
So anybody with C23? Please mute yourself, Mr. Writer. C23 will be this particular gentleman. So it will cancel this row and this column, this row and this column. Remain minus 1, 1. Minus 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So minus 1 raised to power 5 in brackets minus 1 minus 1 is equals to what? 2. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So C31 minus 1, 3 plus 1. Akinwale, yes.
Yes, sir. The last one we did, sir, I'm not clear.
Which one? This one?
The C23. Where we got minus 1, minus 1.
Yes. 1 multiplied by minus 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Minus 1 times 1, 1.
Okay, 1. Yeah, I'm not clear, sir. I'm not clear, sir.
You're welcome. So
thank you, sir.
For 3, 1, let's look at the one of 3. So the one of 3, we have this.
1 0 0 0.
This cancel this. 1 0 0 0. Okay. So 1 0 0 0, which is equals to what?
0.
0. Thank you. Which is equals to 0. You don't need to multiply anything there. You all know. Then C32, which is minus 1 raised to power 5.
Also 0.
Yes, it's Ichuku.
Sir, please, I guess there's a mistake in C23. C23, the identity element there is 0, but row minus 1.
Where?
C23.
It's the same question this guy asked. Minus 1 is 2 now. It's minus 2, bro.
I'm talking about the elements in the bracket. It's not supposed to be 0 based on what you have written there. Can you go back to the matrix and check?
You mean the one inside the minor matrix?
The major matrix, as in the one you are raising to the power of 3
Okay, look at it now. C23 is this one, right? C23
yes,
is
sir.
this, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, it simply means the row it belongs to, which is this row, will be cancelled. The column will also be cancelled. How many elements remaining? Minus 1, 1, 1, 1. You don't need to put 0 outside. I've told you, this is not determinant.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That is the difference between determinant and the cofactor. So here we have C23, C32. So you pick, this is the one, this one, the row will cancel, the row will cancel, the column will also cancel. Remain what? Anybody can call it for us?
0.
Minus 1,
minus 1, 1, 2, 0.
Is it 0 or 1?
0.
Minus 1,
minus this one cancel, this one cancel.
Cancel,
Remain
yeah.
what? Minus
Minus
1, 0,
0,
2,
minus 2,
0.
0. 2,
Not
0.
minus 2, it's 2.
Okay, 2, 0, yeah.
Aha.
Line 1.
2, 0. So at the end of the day, when you cross multiply, everything will be what? 0.
0.
So let's do the one of C33. Minus 1 raised to power 6 in bracket is what?
It's minus 2 cancel.
You take minus 2, everything here
Minus
cancel.
1.
You have minus 1, 1, yes.
2, 0.
2,
Thank
0.
you. Minus 1, 1, 2, 0. Which is equals to?
Minus 2.
Bracket minus 1.
1 in
Raised to the power
bracket
6.
0 minus 2, which is equals to minus 2. So that is, you already finished cofactor now. How do we write it? Let's write cofactor of A now out. Our cofactor of A will be
0.
the answer you get for each of the minor matrices. You now arrange it according to their entry. You arrange it according to their entry. Start from A11. You can be calling it for me now from your book. C11 is what?
0.
C12.
4.
4.
Please check. Oh, C13.
2.
2.
C21.
2.
2.
C22.
2.
2.
C23.
2.
2.
Please confirm from your book too. C31.
0.
0.
C32.
0.
0.
C33.
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Yes. That is step what? Check your step. You just finished step 2, right?
Okay.
That is step 2. Now,
Yes,
for
sir.
step 3.
Sir,
Yes.
I want to ask, those signs that we assign on this matrix, those plus, minus, where are we going to use them?
We already used them. Majority of them is useful. Okay, let's start from A11.
Okay. Sir.
If you look at the A11, what it simply means is, if I want to jump steps, I may not use this method. But let me explain on a layman. Look at A11. A11 carry positive, right?
Yes, sir.
But when you had minus 1, 1 plus 1 is what? 2.
2.
That is why you see this one is positive.
Okay.
That is, look at the A12. What is it? Is it not negative?
It's negative.
Let's check A23. A23 is what?
It's negative.
It's negative. And what do we put on top?
Negative.
Negative. Can you see it now?
Okay, it's like the minus that we put
the
on
minus
top,
we are using
guiding
the
us.
minus 1 raised to power row multiplied by column is what we've done inside here.
Okay.
So if I don't want to use the formula, I can use that sign alone. Meaning that at the end of the day, when I cross multiply my matrix, I will multiply it with minus 1, positive 1, minus 1, positive 1.
But if, for example, if you give us like assignment, there's no need for me to keep assigning those positive, negative on top of.
No, you don't need to show me. I'm only using it to explain.
Okay, sir.
No mark for that.
Okay, sir. No,
I'm only using it to explain so that you will know. But you assign it by yourself so that it will guide you.
I do.
Nobody will mark it for you. It doesn't carry any single mark. But it will guide you so that when you are making mistake, you know that, no, I'm supposed to multiply this one by -1. That is the meaning. So let's continue. Step 3 says the adjoint, we have to find the adjoint A, which is the same thing as cofactor of A, meaning the transpose. We all know the transpose of cofactor of A. The transpose simply means where the row changes to column. The cofactor of a matrix means where row changes to column. Please take notes. Please, stress. Somebody said he did not see the screen very well. Please try and see it. So, is where row changes to column. So, if row changes to column here, you can see, then my adjoint will be, let me raise it up. So, then the adjoint A is equals to, for your row to change to column, meaning, look at this row. This is row 1. They now say it will change to column 1. Look at row 1 now. For the row 1 will be what? 0.
0,
0,
2,
4, 2.
0.
4, 2.
Is it 4 or 2?
0,
0, 4, 2.
0, 4, 2, meaning row changes to column. Then row 2 also change. Will be what?
2, 2,
2, 2, 2. Then row 3 will change.
0, 0, -2.
-2.
That is adjoint. Adjoint is no more than that. Then the last step, step 4, is our step 4 says what?
The inverse is given by.
The inverse is 1 all over determinant multiplied by adjoint of A. So, which means the inverse will be, A inverse will be, what is our determinant from number 1? 1 all over what?
4, 1 over 4.
Multiply by the adjoint of A. Call the A for me. Adjoint of A.
0, 2, 0.
4,
0,
2,
2, 0.
0, 2,
2, 0. 4, 2, 0.
4, 2, 0.
2, 2, -2.
So that is where we are going. So let's multiply it. That is, you multiply each of the entry by 1 all over 4. That is the simple meaning. It would not be
0, 1
if I
over.
open the bracket, will be 0. This one will be 4. It will be 2 over 4.
Okay, 2 over 4.
0.
0. 4 over
4 over 4.
2 over 4.
2 over 4.
0.
0.
2 over 4.
2 over 2. 2 over 4.
2 over 4.
2 over 4.
Minus 2
over 4. At the end of the day, the inverse will be 0.
0. 1 over 2.
1 over 2.
1 over 2.
0.
1.
1
over 2. 0. 1 over 2. 1 over 2. Minus 1 over 2.
That is your A inverse. I hope I'm clear.
Yes.
If you see another question, any question?
My questions, sir.
Yes.
My question is there going to be time for us to be solving this?
Of course, there is always the time.
Ah,
It all depends on the student. We all know there is always time. I think, how many hours do they normally give you for your exam?
yeah, one hour 45
1
minutes.
hour 30 minutes.
It's 1 hour 30 minutes.
1 hour 30 minutes.
Chemistry.
Yes.
Chemistry is 1 hour.
Mathematics, 1
How
hour.
many of us have done this? Listen, how many of us have done this course before?
Yes, sir. The thing is that this course is 3-unit course. So any 3-unit course is 1 hour 30 minutes and 100 questions.
Yeah, it's
100 questions.
100 questions.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
it's a
yes.
3-unit course.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But for chemistry, sir, is 2-unit course, which is 70 questions, and it takes 1
You're
hour.
only after this. You're only after this particular course.
No,
Sir,
we are talking about this course now.
This course is
Sir, this course is a 3-unit course.
It's a
And
3-unit course.
And the
yes, sir.
time for the duration for the exam is 1 hour 30 minutes. And it carries
And
100
questions.
questions.
100 questions.
50
That's to your
objective,
own
50 theories.
department. But for
That's how it is everywhere.
department,
No, hold
not
on.
like that
We
everywhere.
don't need to fight. Let's talk about our own department. Remember,
Yes, sir.
some people are borrowing the course.
Okay.
For those now, that now give me opportunity to talk to your senses now. If you are doing any 3-unit course and you are scoring D, do they give you D or E? Which one do they give?
They give D, they give E also, depend on your score.
If you are scoring E, it simply means you are going to go out with the degree that you cannot continue with. That is just the simple meaning. Because some of you are here just to let me read and pass. 3-unit course is not like that. I want to beg you, make sure you score nothing less than A in this course. Don't score less. It's for your own good. Some of you are saying, is it possible? Sincerely, it is perfect. It is possible.
Sir.
Yes.
Sorry, sir. I think it can only be possible, sir, if there is AOB, because this the way in my former school, the way where I finished my ND, where our lecturer starts, where it stops, that we know that is where we are going to read and prepare for the exam. Except we want to just go further, like just extra, let's say extra this thing in case. But in the case of now, we don't know where the lecturer stops. We are going to read from, let's say we have like 120 or 220 something pages. We are going to read the whole pages. And the time they gave us is not enough.
So,
to be honest, because
Christopher, let me talk. Sorry to cut you. I
Yes,
said something before some of you join. This is university, it's not polytechnic. It is only polytechnic they will give you hand. I lectured in polytechnic before, so I know what I'm saying. It is only polytechnic they will say don't go beyond the handouts. University is universal knowledge. So don't expect, some of you are disappointed in first year. When you discover you get to the exam or you think it's going to be just tick and shade and go, is more OBJ, let's go and do it like jam. Or no, it doesn't work that way when it comes to university level. That is why you yourself have to go extra mile. Now, let's take statistics. 995 of you are registered for this course. In this class, I will only have 33. Are you not going to expect mass failure? Some of you can copy and pass, but I can tell you, if you fail to fail now, there are something like that. If you are supposed to fail now, you manage yourself to the next level. By the time you get to 300 level, you still meet the Waterloo is there. So it is better you build yourself now. Don't read the way you read in Polytechnic. It doesn't work that way in university.
Yeah, fine. Sorry, sir. Fine, sir. We all know that. We all know that. But another challenge is that in this, like for example, we have 2 or 3 courses at the same time. Like my first semester, I have 3 courses, 3 exams at the same time, which I was only able to attend to.
So when the timetable came out, then do you guys not complain?
Yes, I guess some of us did, but their response is that is how they do.
Let me tell you. See, you are a student. You have rights to do some things. Yes, Silas, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. I want to comment on what he said earlier. There is always a pre-approved timetable that they will send to us. When they send it, we have to go through it, check how many courses you have in a day. Excuse me. If you're having more than 2 courses, you have to send a mail to the dean.
Okay.
So, please.
And you copy some other the final timetable. But if you want to complain after the final timetable, they will not attend to you anymore.
Oh.
Because it also happened to me. I complained on before the final timetable, and when the final timetable comes out, I see that they've adjusted it.
You see?
Okay.
If you don't do that, it is very simple. Go to your, always go to your, if you don't, there are things, you have power as a student to do some things, but majority of us don't use it until we fail. You can copy even the HODs.
Yes.
They are there to assist you. Forget about your course center. Your study center might not have the power. But I would advise you, look at the website. Copy your dean. Their emails are there.
Okay.
They will adjust it. Okay, Francis.
I don't use any.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I encountered something in my last exam during will I say a particular mathematics course. The way the thing was written, as in like they were writing something that even I myself cannot understand. In some kind of circumstances now, what would I do? Because they wanted to write derivative, and the derivative they were putting that like the ds dy and the function of x. I was unable to understand it because of it was not clearly written. And I don't know if that's something like that will occur in this particular one. Even that one has matrix also. And the matrix question I was seeing there too it wasn't encouraging because one, they did not put them in brackets, they were just scattered, they were just writing it all together, the numbers were joined all together. So those kind of things can cause confusion. So I don't know if it will happen like that. So somebody will not fail the course. And the time limit is very small.
Okay. In that case, you have to lodge your complaint too. You have to lodge the complaint to the management. You have to lodge the complaint to the school authority that this is what happened, and they have to find solution or remedies to it. So let's continue first. After the,
sir, please, I want to comment on what you just said.
Okay, go ahead.
The same thing happened about 2 semesters away. That was when we were in 100 level, 2nd semester. It even happened that at the end of that exam, because I did this physical exam then, at the end of that exam in my study center, we had to meet the invigilators, and we're like angry, telling them, trying to explain our grievances to them. We saw questions, we were able to interpret them. Not that we did it for this exam, but we could not interpret. The whole thing was
it's not well typed.
Not well typed. And the problem about this thing is that they are not using good programmer or whatever to code their questions. So then we're told to meet the advisor or something, counselor, counselor, the study center counselor. And he collected all our reports that time. And he said he would work on it, or work on the reports. But we discovered that first semester level, so the same thing still happened. And he said I should send a message to the VC, which some of us did. We sent message, I think we copied the dean also and some other people, but nothing changed. The same thing still happened last semester.
Okay.
And like Francis truly said, their matrices is always messed up. Their matrices are always on a line. Their negative sign is not always well typed. They will put one symbol that doesn't exist, not minus. It's just by constant practice that you know that this is minus. Square root is not well properly typed. Well typed.
Okay. You see, I think let's do something as a group. I don't want you to, there are things we can do that will help ourselves. Unity. Now we have a platform. Now we have email. When I send the bulk email, I send it generally. And I believe all of us can see other people's email. Can you see it? In your email, can you see it?
Yes, sir, we can see
Yes,
it.
sir. We can access others' email when you send email.
So I think it is better, all of you, in case something like that happens, you can also write using email, general email that we use in the class to send it across to the people that are matters. That's one. Another option is make sure you send it to you said you copy the VC, copy the HOD. Look at the HOD of that department. Their emails are there. That course you are doing, mathematics, you all know the HOD of mathematics. We know the HOD of computer. We know the HOD of chemistry. They are there. Copy it, look for their numbers, call them. It is our right. Because if you exam, that is why I always advise you guys to come to class. There is no how you will read those course material that you will be clear. Am I right?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. You're very right, sir. You're very right.
That is why somebody uploaded physics textbook. Is well typed, I can see. But the last time I checked the one of the algebra that we're using is because I'm used to it. I understand. And some of us that are in class now, I think it will help us too. Hello, Mr. James. Okay, I think it's off. Remember, you are in class. When you are in class, please dress properly, please. Not for you alone, but because of others. So please, let me quickly, let's move to, or should we stop?
No, let's continue, sir.
Okay, I have another question. I have another type that I need to quickly explain, which is because I look at the course material, I know that the thing is scattered. You are right. You have a genuine point. And I want you guys to raise it. It is possible, copy the email, look for the email. You are out there when they do the orientation for you. Pick the email. One of you can nominate yourself on the WhatsApp. Or maybe we can, I don't want to be part of it, but you can copy me in the email, I'm fine. Now, okay, this course material is scattered, we cannot make use of it.
So you're not audible.
Okay, so you can manage what we have for now, and let's see what will happen. Please make sure you lodge your complaint to the right channel. People at your study center has many problems to handle. They might not be able to help you. I must confess to you. You and I can tell.
Yes, I think I have most of their mails. Even for the one for the um exam, I have the mail because when I have the issue then, so I called the number they sent to me. So that person sent me an email to forward the mail to.
So let's
So
make use of, see, this world of communication, social network, it's very real. Don't sit down and say they know. Nobody will know. Thank you. Abigail, you raise up your hand, please. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go
Good morning,
ahead.
sir.
You are welcome.
I just wanted to contribute the earlier time that they don't respond to mails, mostly when they are not much. Because last semester I encountered the same thing, and I wrote 4 papers in a day. It was so hectic. And the worst of all, I had an E. I was so angry with myself. So they
not
don't
to
respond
yes.
to few
Somebody has already
mails.
given us the solution now. Anytime they release pre-exam timetable, don't be too busy to check. Please check and make sure you don't have a clashes. It do happen on the normal setting. They are all human too. So try and check that, okay, how many courses I'm doing. Abigail, if I may ask you, how many courses are you doing this semester?
No.
How many?
8, sir.
8 courses.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you are doing 8 courses, it doesn't take you 10 minutes to write, look for the timetable and write all those timetable. Please take notes. It is your duty to do that.
Yes.
It is your duty to do it. Do it before the exam. Do it before they release final time. They release that timetable for you to complain, not for you to keep quiet. Some of us don't have functional email. Go and open one. It's free of charge.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue.
Sorry, before we go further, sir, the
Go
topic
ahead.
of what the the topic of what you just explained now, I miss it. Can you just like?
Don't worry, you watch the video. You will
Okay,
see
sir.
it there in the video.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's quickly rush, and because I have other things I'm also doing. I just want to, because the passion that I have for this class, I am the type that I love to impart the knowledge, and I'm not doing it because of it's not all about the payment. Who knows where we are going to meet tomorrow? We don't know.
Yes.
So make sure you do your
Thank you,
best
sir.
in everything you do. So that it's not because of today, because when I hear your name next time in future, you might be the next president. I might be the next president. Who knows? So, but okay, you are laughing.
Amen, sir.
You said,
Amen.
okay, thank you, my dear. Somebody is
For
wishing you.
for UAR, not be Nigeria.
You said,
For UAR, not Niger.
okay, let's continue. Okay, we want to use metrics to solving another top topic, solving a system of 2 equations using the inverse, matrix. Using the inverse matrix. So And how do we solve this? If we have one linear equation, I'll be writing this equation. AS equals to B. AS equals to B, in which the unknown is X. We don't know the X. And A and B, they are constants. We don't know the X, but A and B are constants. And A is not equals to 0. Now, I can make X subject of formula. If I make X subject of formula, X is equals to, meaning B over what? A, which is the same thing as X is equals to A raised to power minus 1 multiplied by B. Do you agree with me? Now, what it simply means is we divide both sides by A, right? Then when you make A subject of formula, then we all know according to indices law, we just raise it up. Sorry, somebody is raising, okay. So thank you. So let's continue. From here, we can now say that we can solve this problem. Let's look at the example. Example 1. Consider the system consider the system 2x1 plus 3x2 equals to 5. I know when some of us, when you see all this xy, you'll be, this man has started again. Yes. Somebody raise up their hand.
Yes, sir. Sir, what you just the expression you just wrote now, is it x equal to A inverse multiplied by B?
Exactly. You're right.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Joshua,
Thank you, sir.
you raise up your hand.
I'm the one that asked the question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So x1 minus 2x2 equals to minus 1. Now, they ask us to solve this problem using the inverse method. I know some of us will be like, how do you get, it is simple, very simple. So let's solve it. Let's first of all write it in matrix form. Solution. For us to write it in matrix form, this becomes, in matrix form, it becomes, remember from the matrix, let me just write something here. How many of us, what is the dimension of this matrix with this equation without even write it?
3 by 2.
3 by 2, 1. Okay, wait.
Yes.
3 by 2, sir.
It's 3 by 2.
3 by 2.
Okay, you are all wrong. Anyway.
It's 3 by 2. 3
no.
by 3.
2 by 3.
Okay, let me explain. This is.
It's 2 by 2. 2 by 2, sir.
Why is it 2 by 2?
Yes, our five is going to be 5 is equals to 2, 3. Oh no, sorry, I didn't get it.
Okay, let me explain. You can only know the dimension of this matrix by the variable that is inside. The variable that we have here is x1, x2. So meaning that I'm going to have x1, you understand, x11, x12, X21, S22. Nobody will teach you, or nobody will tell you is this. But because I know I have two equations, remember, how many system of equation am I dealing with? I have equation 1 and equation 2. If it is equation 3, it's meaning it's 3 by 3. It depends. We are going to go there. Let me quickly explain this one so that before we go to that point. So it simply means that the matrix form will be, what is X11 in this case?
It's 2.
S12 is what?
3.
S21.
1.
S22.
-2.
-2.
Please mute yourself. So you put your variable here, X1, S2. Everything will now equals to what? 5,
1, -1.
Is the same thing as, which is the form as AX equals to B. Remember I mentioned it. I said A and B are constants. Don't forget, A and B are constants. So, and we all know, according to the definition that I gave up, we are looking for X. Our X will be inverse of A multiplied by B. What represents A in this case?
The first matrix, 2, 3, 1, 2.
This is A. This is
X,
and this is
B.
I'm going to give you some of those questions so that we can, let's just quickly solve some. So without wasting much of our time, you find the determinant of A. Everybody, please do that. What's the determinant of A?
-1.
Okay. Somebody said -1. Is it correct?
-7.
Aha. Another one say -7. Which one is -7? Which one is -1?
The answer is -1.
The answer is -1. Do we all agree?
No.
2, this, -4, and this, -3. No.
Is what?
Yes, -4.
It's -7.
It's -7. -7.
-7.
Is what?
-7.
Can you please mute yourself? Do we all agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we have can we say that now we need to calculate find the cofactor and the adjoint. How do we do that? Remember, you only have minor matrix. This is only 2 by 2, it's not 3 by 3. So what do we do in this case? Anybody?
Swap the
Find the
diagonal.
transpose of the sector.
No, before the transpose, what is going to be the minus? What is the minor matrix? The cofactor now.
-2, -1, -3.
Say it as if you mean it. -2 and what?
-1, open bracket, -2. The cofactor to be +2.
We cannot hear you.
Sorry, my
Minus
network is
1,
not
open bracket. Then we now put
Okay.
minus 3. Cofactor should be 2.
We know the cofactor is what?
Minus 2.
It's going to be what?
Minus 2.
You can type it. Just, who is that? Just type it. If you just type your answer so that from there we'll pick it up. So here the answer will be what? Anybody? I'm waiting for the answer, please.
Minus 1.
Nobody?
Second one, C12 is minus 1.
That man is trying to say something. Don't forget the A inverse in this case will be A inverse is the same thing as 1 all over determinant multiplied by adjoints of A. So this is who can tell us? I'm waiting, please, before I talk. Okay, somebody is typing. Okay. You said minus 2. Minus 2. No. You said okay.
Minus 1.
Minus 2, minus 1, minus 3, 2. Minus 2, minus 1. No. How do we get it? A11 is what?
A11 is 2.
Okay. Yes. A21.
A21 is 3. A21 is 1.
Then A31. Do we have 3 then?
No, there's
No, sir. No,
So
no
where
3.
do you get the answer? Okay, I'll give you the answer and I will ask you to go and solve it by yourself. So that I will go to the one that matters. Okay, it's going to be, on a normal day, if you calculate it very well, our A inverse will be 1 all over minus 7, which is, the matrix will be minus 2, minus 3, minus 1, 2. Go and solve it. I've taught you the way you will do that. Now use the same 1 over minus 7 to, let's open the bracket with minus first. So we're going to have 1 all over 7 in brackets 2, 3, 1, minus 2. This is your A inverse. So from A inverse, you can actually solve. We know, don't forget your system. Don't forget your system. This is only A inverse. Then we are to solve AX equals to B. We know our A. We know where we are going now. For us to solve the A inverse, we know that it's multiplied by, it's going to be, X we have X to be equal to A inverse multiplied by B. So, which means Our A inverse is 1 all over 7 in bracket. Don't struggle to put it inside. It's not compulsory to divide it. Everything multiplied by your B. What is your B from initial context?
5 minus
5
1.
and 1.
5.
Is it minus 1 or 1? So you can now multiply. We all know that multiplication in this case is row multiplied by column. So row multiplied by column, 1 over 7 is still outside. We can do that. We have 2 multiplied by 5 plus. Is it plus or minus?
It's minus, sir. Oh.
How do you solve it?
You add them together, sir.
You add them together?
Yes.
3 multiplied by minus 1.
Sir.
Yes? I'm listening.
Sir, with the formula, sir, I think our 2 is positive, while 3 is negative.
By the time you multiply by negative outside, what happened?
Okay, I get it, sir.
Okay, so you open this, you do the same thing to the second row. You have it to be 1 multiplied by 5 plus 2 minus 2 multiplied by minus 1, which is 1 times 2. So what do we have? You have 1 all over 7 in brackets. You have 10 minus 3. And here you have 5 plus 2. Am I communicating now?
Yes, sir.
That's over 7.
So you have it to be 1 all over 7. A matrix of what? 7
over 7.
So you can see that means if I multiply by 1 over 7, what do I have?
You have 1. We have
7 divided by 7 and 7 divided by 7. At the end of the day, I have it to be what? 1, which is the same thing as x1 and x2. Meaning my x1 is equals to 1 and my x2 is equals to 1.
1.
That is how to solve that kind of matrix. Don't worry, by next class, we'll continue from there. So I will try and upload your activities. I call it activities. Yes, ask your question.
In that second district, yes, where you point your cursor.
Yes.
Is it not 2 minus 2 multiplied by 1? I'll be minus 1.
Yes, minus 2 multiplied by minus 1. That is why it's minus times minus plus. That is why I didn't include it.
Okay.
Who again? Okay. Yes. Okay. So let me stop sharing. Francis, you raise up your hand.